Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking exactly how to legally access your retirement funds early without getting hammered by massive penalties. We're looking at a masterclass in financial strategy based on Rachel's powerful Cubicle escape framework. Specifically, we're going to explore the mechanics of something called the Roth conversion ladder. This is for all of you who've done the hard work, right? You cut the spending, you killed the debt, you automated your investing, but now you're realizing that hitting your financial target early comes with a massive locked door. So let's start with a crucial question that you need to answer honestly right now. What age do you actually want to walk out? And hey, I don't mean the official retirement age printed on your 401k statement. I mean the real number in your head. Because if your true retirement age is under 59, the traditional rules, well, they're a trap you intimately need to understand. If you're planning to stop working before your late 50s, the next few minutes of this explainer are absolutely vital to your financial freedom. Okay, let's dive into this super frustrating reality. We are all told by conventional wisdom to just max out our pre-tax accounts, right? But for those of us who start late or actually want to retire early, this well-meaning advice can completely backfire. I mean, you can spend 15 years loading up a massive vault of wealth only to look up and realize, wait, I can't open this on my own schedule. If you pull money from a traditional 401k or IRA before you hit age 59 and a half, you generally owe ordinary income tax on that money, plus an extra 10% early distribution penalty. To put that into perspective, let's say you want to withdraw $52,000 to live on at age 52. Because of this rule, you lose $5,200 to the penalty alone. And remember, that is exactly $5,200 literally vanishing into thin air before you even start calculating your ordinary income taxes. It's a brutal wealth destroyer. Take a look at Rachel's projected portfolio at age 57. This is the year she aims to hit her $800,000 target for what's called barista fire, a lifestyle where she retires early but works a fun, low-stress, part-time job. Notice the breakdown here. Her taxable brokerage makes up 46%, her Roth is 23%, and that gray slice, 31% of her total net worth, is completely trapped behind the wall in pre-tax accounts. That 31% wedge? It equals a staggering $251,000 of trapped pre-tax wealth. Now, while it isn't her entire net worth, this $250,000 is literally the most expensive money you can own if you want to retire early, simply because of the heavy taxes and penalties attached to it on the way out. If she were to just throw her hands up, ignore the rules, and cash out that trap slice early, she would burn over $25,000, $25,093 to be exact, and that is just on the 10% penalty alone. To put that in real-world terms, that is exactly 14 months of her part-time income destroyed simply because she hasn't reached an arbitrary birthday yet. It's totally unacceptable if you want to maximize your hard-earned wealth. But a third door actually exists. Now, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. It's a boring, slow, but completely legal strategy to walk your money right past that locked door years early. Have you ever heard of the Roth conversion ladder? Well, if you haven't, it is about to completely change how you view your pre-tax accounts. Section 1. The Roth conversion ladder. Building the escape route, rung by rung. So the absolute crucial point of this strategy is that we can methodically move trapped money to safety, completely legally. But one wrong move and the trap snaps shut. Here's exactly how you build it, step by step. Step 1, you separate from service and roll your 401k into a traditional IRA. This direct rollover isn't taxable, so we're good there. Step 2 is where the magic really happens. Every January, you convert a calculated slice of that traditional IRA into a Roth IRA. Now, keep in mind, Step 2 does create a taxable event for that year, and ideally, you should pay that tax bill out of pocket from outside the account. Step 3 is vital. Every single conversion starts its own unique 5-year clock. Step 4, once that specific 5-year clock runs out, you can withdraw that converted principal completely penalty-free and tax-free. And finally, Step 5, you just have to fund your life during that mandatory 5-year waiting period. Let's actually run the math on this. Assume you want to convert $66,500 in year 1 to perfectly fill up the 12% tax bracket. By doing this, you pay about $5,800 in planned income taxes. Then you just repeat this in year 2, year 3, and so on. Every single yearly conversion starts its own fresh clock. What you're doing is creating a modest tax bracket arbitrage, deducting at a higher rate while working and converting at a lower rate in early retirement. But more importantly, you successfully dodge that 10% penalty when that first $66,500 finally unlocks in year 6. But listen carefully, because you absolutely must tattoo this rule inside your eyelids. The bracket you fill is the bracket you pay. Seriously, if you convert even $1 too much, that extra dollar spills over and gets taxed at a much higher rate, like 22% instead of 12%. Because these conversions cannot be undone, no takebacks, you absolutely must confirm these irreversible numbers with a tax professional before you make the transfer. You want to convert just enough to fill a low-income bracket and not a single penny more. The real prize of this entire ladder strategy isn't just clever tax optimization. It's entirely about dodging that massive penalty. You are actively choosing to pay $5,800 in planned, controlled income taxes on your terms, rather than burning $25,093 on a totally avoidable early withdrawal penalty. Now that is empowerment. Section 2, the bridge. Surviving the 5-year wait. Okay, here is where 90% of these early retirement plans completely fall apart. The latter pays you absolutely nothing until year 6, 0. So if your early retirement lifestyle costs $52,000 a year, and you have to wait 5 years for your first ladder conversion to unlock, well, you just multiply those numbers. You need a massive chunk of accessible money, $260,000 to be exact, living outside the ladder before you can confidently hand in your corporate badge. This is what we call the bridge. You construct this 5-year bridge using 3 distinct planks. Plank 1 is a taxable brokerage account. There are no age rules or penalties here, you just sell what you need. Rachel models this growing to $368,000 by age 57. Plank 2 is your Roth contribution basis. Remember, your direct contributions to a Roth IRA, not the growth, but the actual money you put in, can be pulled out penalty-free at any time because you already paid taxes on it. And Plank 3 is part-time income. Let's actually look at how incredibly powerful that last plank really is. Because Rachel makes $1,800 a month at her part-time job, her annual need drops from $52,000 down to $30,400. Over a 5-year period, this instantly shrinks her 5-year bridge requirement down to a much more manageable $152,000. Think about that. Just one part-time job deletes over $100,000 off the hardest requirement in this entire plan. That is the incredible leverage of building income right into your bridge. Now, we can't pretend that the tax code isn't a messy, shifting landscape, right? The IRS loves to keep us on our toes. First, you've got to remember that your yearly conversions raise your adjusted gross income, or your AGI. This can significantly spike your healthcare premiums if you rely on marketplace health subsidies. Second, this entire strategy relies on current tax brackets, which are always subject to change. And third, always confirm irreversible conversions with a CPA. You need a professional to ensure your specific bridge and ladder won't just collapse under the weight of some hidden tax law. So, what's your number? Take your annual spending, multiply it by 5, subtract any part-time income you plan to earn, and write that number down. Seriously, go ahead and figure it out today. Writing that specific number down turns early retirement from some vague daydream into a highly concrete, actionable project. Remember, to escape the cubicle early, you have to build the bridge on the way up. You use your income and your taxable accounts today to give yourself the power to unlock your own wealth exactly when you decide you're ready. 59.5 is not your retirement date. It is just a number in a document, and you have the absolute power to build the key. So the question is, what will your key look like when you finally turn the lock?